Let's close by heading around the Inside Politics table, ask our great reporters to share a little bit from their notebooks, get you out ahead of the big political news just around the corner. Sarah Murray?
Well, the president may feel vindicated in the wake of Comey's testimony, but a number of Republicans are feeling pretty queasy about how the GOP is handling this. I spoke to one who got the Republican talking points around Comey, essentially questioning his credibility. And this person told me, "I feel like I live in the twilight zone," just reacting with disgust at the notion that one of the two major political parties is smearing the former FBI director. And that's the talking point.
That's a talking point from the White House. We'll see how long those Republicans hold. Carl?
So I'm hearing more and more that Republicans are going to get rid of this old Senate practice called the blue slip, where senators get to weigh in on whether a judge can go forward. There's a lot of states that still have only Democratic senators. Republicans don't want these Democratic senators to be able to block this push for Trump judges. So I think there's going to be some changes there, and there'll be some uproar over that.
And one of the places where Trump has kept fidelity with the conservative base. They've been happy with the judicial picks. Manu?
John, as Republican leaders are moving aggressively to cut their health care bill, they're actually finding an ally of sorts in Ted Cruz, the man who's been a thorn in the sides of Republican leaders for years. Behind the scenes, I'm told that he's working productively with the Republican leadership in trying to cut a deal. And this is significant because already Republicans are probably down 2 votes in the Senate with Rand Paul, Susan Collins, unlikely to vote for whatever they come up with. That means they cannot lose anyone else. Ted Cruz also has his own issues. He's up for re-election. He's got to be concerned, or at least considered, for a primary challenger against him. One person who has not ruled it out yet, Mike McCall, the congressman from Texas. I asked him if he's going to run. He would not rule it out. His people say it's unlikely, but that's something, of course, he's got to worry about depending on how he positions himself on this health care bill.
Ted Cruz, same page, Mitch McConnell.
We'll see how long it lasts.
I was going to say, I feel the earth shaking. Jackie?
Well, speaking of health care, while all of us were focused on the Comey hearing last week, there were other important testimonies, including that of Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price. And Price was up on the Hill defending the president's budget, which includes deep cuts to Medicaid. This is something that, and it's a departure from what the president promised on the campaign trail. As of May, Gallup said that health care is the most important issue to Americans. So while the Russia investigation is very important, it's important to keep an eye on these issues that are driving the conversation outside of D.C. and New York.
Right, in 2018, Democrats think that's probably more fertile than talking about the investigations. Just hope the investigations help. We shall see. I'll close with this. That special congressional election in suburban Atlanta is a week from Tuesday. And if the Democrat wins what has long been a Republican seat, you can be sure that will cause widespread GOP worries about a so-called Trump drag heading into the 28-turn midterms. Now, Democrats are celebrating a public poll that shows their candidate up 7 points heading into the stretch. But 2 other polls shared with CNN show a much closer race. One has Democrat Jon Ossoff up 2 points. The other has him down 2 points. That guarantees a lot of heavy campaigning in the final stretch. And the big winner won't be coming to Washington. That big winner, local Atlanta TV stations who are making so much money off the ad spending. One added an extra newscast so it can rake in even more dough before the June 20th vote. Yes, we're in the wrong side of the television business. That's it for Inside Politics. Again, thanks for sharing your Sunday. Don't forget, you can catch us weekdays, noon Eastern, too. Up next, State of the Union. Have a great Sunday.